Hey Jimmy Long, this flex is for you. I like to call this flex Cinnamon on Tuesday.
King of the road, trailer for sailoring.
Chris Marlowe here. I have to be a little bit quiet because my roommate's sleeping. A friend of mine named Derek recently moved back from Florida, and he's like, "Hey, you need a roommate?" And I'm like, "Sure. What the heck, man? Come on up." We've been friends for 20 years, so I gotta be quiet. It's like 3 a.m. I'm in Ohio. That's where I'm based out of right now. So, before we get rocking, I'm going to ask you to hit that like button, crush the thumbs up, go ahead and hit subscribe. I lost a subscriber, but I don't care. Hopefully I'll get more. This is your first time watching it. Heck yeah. If you want to check out what the channel's about, go and look in the description. This upload is... I got to turn this fan off or it's going to give a bunch of white noise, right? And who cares? I got to be comfortable. Especially when I'm doing stuff like this. This episode is about, I'm working on, well, let me backtrack a little. So if you go and check out the other episodes, some of them talk about me in regards to a screenplay I've been working on called The Final Vigilante. And it's about a detective who's after this cartel, who's just a nasty drug cartel, and he gets caught up in the light of malevolence, right, or the darkness, right, of malevolence, and ends up taking matters into his own hands. Not really by choice; he's kind of forced into it. So, in a nutshell, that's what the story's about. It's shoot, bang bang, shoot 'em up movie. Trying to go for that old 80s nostalgia kind of cop movies, because I'm an 80s baby, so I grew up watching those movies and I loved them. So it inspired me to write about cop movies and to give you a little insight to what it looks like. I've got a screenplay, and you're doing it kind of manually, like you're putting in interior warehouse night, warehouse door closes, This program makes it a lot easier because when I first started writing, that's what I was doing, and this crushes your time in half. Obviously, my instructions don't follow those, but I bet you if I do this here, it's going to show it. Nope. I swear to God. Pure chaos. That's all the universe is. Anyhow, if you get a chance, get final draft. All right. Let's see here. I should kind of show you my creative process, right? I've been sitting here for about an hour, writing, of course, not brainstorming. Back up a little bit, backtrack why I'm writing this again, because if you look at old shorts or old videos, I had turned it into a screenplay contest, a couple of them, and I got feedback. I paid to get feedback, and they gave me feedback, and I was not okay, you know what I mean? I was like, well, feedback's bad, so I need to make the changes. So one of the things that they had pointed out was my subtext at certain times is not good. If you want to know what subtext is, I recommend getting a book on screenplays. I'm just going to say it. I just don't want to I can't say the author's name because I don't have their permission, but there's a guy that knows how narrative works inside of screenplays, and everybody who's in the field knows and follows that format pretty much. So look up the Screenplay workbook by Sid Field. I get pegged, whatever. But that guy will just change your writing, in my opinion. Okay, so here's an example of subtext. You might see it in movies, you might not, after I point it out, but it's like, it's the glue of what I think makes a person feel connected to a film when they're watching it. So, what we're looking at here is, is this showing the screen? Oh no, it's not showing the screen. Here we go. So we go here, and we look. All right, exterior captain's office continuous. Vegas walks toward the coffee pot. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put coffee pot because I forgot to put that word. Visibly upset from the interaction. Aphex, who's his partner, walks up. Aphex says, "What the hell's got you looking like you want to deal death?" FBI are going with us now. Vegas says, "FBI are going with us now." Aphex, in a daunting tone, "Really?" Aphex looks towards the captain's office, sees him shake hands with the agents. Mo walks up with a cup of coffee. She sips it. Sasquatch, who are the suits in O'Grady's office? Vegas, feds. Mo shakes her head. Well, there goes any good happening now. I fucking hate feds. Yep, you can tell that one in there is grimy too. See, I need to put two. I'm glad I'm reading this out loud. That's another thing that they talk about with screenplays, like read it out loud. Poetry, anything you're writing, read it out loud because it can make it better sometimes. And here's, I'm not going to get into that. So, Agent Guide opens office door. He opens the office door and looks at Vegas. Vegas. Now, when you just see like Vegas and you see the name, what that is that's just a shot of the character's name. Oh, I'm sorry. The character's name is just a shot of the character. So like you'll see, so in, I'm trying to think, like the Equalizer, where it shows him sitting at a table and all of a sudden it just shows Denzel Washington's face with essentially the emotion he holds at times when he gets into character is no emotion. It just gives that shot. That's like in a screenplay writing, it would just be like that character's name. So, exterior warehouse, night. Now, the last thing we said was Agent Guide opens the door. He's a Fed. Mo says she fucking hate Feds. Vegas goes, yeah, that one's grimy too. A car pulls up. Exterior warehouse, night. So this says we're at a different place, right? It doesn't have to say it, but it'll say it as I read it to you. A car pulls up. It has government plates. So generally what happens is with the subtext, the viewer will go, hey, that must be the agent. They must be where the movie has shown so far because it's been building up to this scene. We are blinded for a moment by its lights. When we say it's, by car lights. After the car moves forward, it reveals Benny behind the wheel. Now, Benny was a character who's not good. He's bad. He beeps the horn. All right, so it says a lot in that scene and in that shot because this guy works for a drug cartel who's linked with political ties, government ties. They just talk about how they don't like the feds being involved, and then a quote-unquote bad guy who is clearly not a Fed. The viewers know he's not a Fed from the prior reading and what's been shown in the movie or on the film or however this is being taught to the audience or shown or spoke to the reader. So what happens is you get this feeling like, oh, there's something going on, and that moves the story forward and it creates a sense of mystery. And what I try to do is I really try to keep a sense of mystery going along the writing, but like revealing it as the writing pushes forward. So it creates tension and creates connection, because I think the more mystery you have to a writing, the more that a person will get into the movie and become like a character in the movie, you know what I mean? So that's always kind of what I take it. Now, where I noticed like certain movies, they do this type of text. So there was the movie Red, which is an action film, and in Red, Bruce Willis says the word television, and then in the next scene, it has one of the characters in the movie, and he's hitting a TV. So it moves the story forward, and what it does is when he hits the TV, it introduces this new character. So it creates a sense of connection and keeps the story moving forward, which in that book that I got in my shorts, they talk about the importance of that, like how you have to keep the story moving forward. And that subtext with the television kind of does that, because the way that the dialogue was used in the screenplay, I don't know exactly what it was. You can go and look it up, but it also happens in The Matrix, in the scene where right before Neo wakes up, there is something said in the dialogue, and then boom, he's in front of a computer screen, and what it does is it moves the story forward, so you don't go, well, who's this guy? Like, you kind of get the sense they were talking about him. So like those types of things, those are what people and myself, I don't want to say it wrong. Those are the things I think that have to be incorporated into any type of writing when you're doing a screenplay. That way it gets the viewer into the movie, they can feel the movie. So that's it for the upload today. Just want to touch base. And yeah, so this is where Raymond and I are taking it. We're going to keep moving forward by showing you the artistic, creative adventure that we're on. We'll upload, funny videos here and there, and we'll upload, the other thing is that short film we're working on called Daydreamer. That's coming along too. You can see last week's video, episode 31, as Jim sees it. A little preview of the snippet that's like kind of pre-edited. It's pretty raw, but it's kind of an idea where we're going with that. So appreciate you watching. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye.